Welcome to my crazy messy kitchen. This is after my kids have had lunch and I've sent them out to play. So if you see me talking on a walkie-talkie, that's checking in with the kids. They have walkie-talkies and they go around the neighborhood. So they are free and I am going to tackle this out of control kitchen. Get my pantry, fridge, and freezer organized as well. Toss out some old food. I think everything's good though. We've been doing good eating our leftovers. Step one, get everything off the counter. We keep kids' little bins in here, and anytime there are their things, we toss them in their bins, and they can come collect them, or if at the end of the month or whenever it's full, I've had enough of it, then I will toss all of their things either on their desk or in the playroom, and they can deal with it then. Try to keep things as simple as humanly possible. And yes, I am just going to throw these things in the pantry and deal with that later because I just need to get this countertop cleaned off so that I can actually clean the countertop. This is all of my daughter's feeding tube supplies, things that we use. So it's unsightly, but it's a necessity, so it stays. And speaking of daughter, she was making some little rice cake things for lunch, but she did not like my rice. I cooked it in a pot for the first time in years instead of the rice maker because our rice maker only has the option to do 2 cups or larger. And I did not want to make 2 cups of sushi rice for her. This little sign here actually has a cute story behind it. I went out yesterday and she had this sign attached to her scooter and was carrying some flowers that she inevitably plucked out of my flower bed and was trying to sell them to people or giving them away in exchange for pets of their dogs if they were walking their dogs. So that was really cute, but also, please stop plucking my flowers, child. All right, step 1 done. Now I can clean the counter and throw all the trash and mess into the floor as I go along here, and then I will vacuum it up, give it a mop, and it'll be like it never happened. Counter cleaner, I just use this method, all-purpose cleaner. Pick it up at Walmart. It's like under $3, maybe $4. It's not very expensive. It does the job, and it's cheap. So that's A+ in my book. Spray down the counter and the chairs. And yes, I work in sections in this kitchen because there's just so much that accumulates in here. There's no way I can do it all in one go. It's just move it from one counter to the other or into a basket or toss it into another room. If the kids were in here, I guarantee by the time I got this counter cleaned off, they'd be in here making another mess. Wipe off the chairs too. This tattered chair over here belongs to my daughter. She will not give it up, and I'm sure it will completely fall apart and be in the floor before she accepts that it's donezo, but that's all right. Her chair doesn't match ours, but I'm not one to have my house need to look a certain way for it to be okay. As long as we have things we need, I don't care if it matches. I don't care if it's modern or antique or mid-century modern, which is my favorite. Those things are expensive, and We can't afford to overhaul our whole house. It's never going to happen. That's okay. Our house isn't huge, and it doesn't look like a blogger's house, you know? That's okay. Of course, there's always something super stuck on this counter. I believe that was oatmeal from this morning. All right, that step is done. I just realized my husband mopped this morning before he went to work, so I'm not going to worry about mopping. And I'm going to just go ahead and pull the kids' chairs out and vacuum under them, and then that part is done. If they come back in before I'm finished, I don't have to run them out of their chairs and out of the kitchen to finish cleaning, because where they like to hang out will be done. All right, now I can put these chairs back. Of course, every time. Put these chairs back, and then that is done. I want to touch on being chronically ill and trying to keep up with the house. It's impossible, and just accept that it's not going to happen. Especially when you've got two kids that come behind you and constantly make a mess. It's like I go from one room to the other, and by the time I get back to the first room, it's completely destroyed. It's sanitary and clean are very different things in my book. It's probably never going to be tidy, but it will be safe. It's clean enough that it is safe to live here, and that's what I'm good with. You know. Also, don't be afraid to use things to help you get your chores done. If I did not have my energy drink at least once a day while I'm trying to do my cleaning, I wouldn't get anything done. I literally fall asleep as soon as I sit down on the couch after I finish my work. If I don't have an energy drink, coffee doesn't cut it. It's like if I've got to go out and run errands, like Tuesdays and Thursdays, the kids have their therapies and we go out. If I don't take my energy drink, sometimes two, I don't feel like it's safe to drive. So use what you need to use to get the things done that have to be done. Now I need to deal with the things that I moved from there over here. Walkie-talkie, so I can keep up with the children. We've got a little bit of leftover sushi rice from lunch. Daughter didn't like it, so I'm probably just going to put it in a Tupperware, or actually, better yet, I'm just going to leave it in this pot, set it aside, and I'll make some rice pudding for dessert tonight. So that I don't have to dirty another dish. It's just going to be moved to the side. We're going to move this pole with our feeding supplies out of our way again. It's constant moving back and forth. And I'm finally going to accept defeat on this here air fryer. It died on us last week. We've been in denial about it. We've unplugged, replugged, reset, pulled the drawer in and out so many times, tapped on it, talked sweet nothings to it, and it's not coming on. So it's time to throw it in the trash. It's a sad moment. I've ordered a replacement, but it probably won't be here until another month or so, middle of August. Sad times, sad times. We make, I don't know, almost every meal and snack in the air fryer because it's quick, way quicker than the toaster oven, even though it's a convection oven, and sad times. Next up over here, we have a dirty pan. Let's put that in the sink. And yep, spoon holder is also dirty, in the sink it goes. And I'm willing to bet there's probably a dirty pan in here. Sure is. Put that in the sink. This is real life, folks. I don't sugarcoat things. I am what I am. You accept it or you don't. So let's go ahead and spray this down. Occasionally I use a degreaser on the stove, but it's not too bad today. So it's just going to get the multi-purpose cleaner like everything else. Give it a wipe down here. Wipe the wall down. We've got some stains here that won't come off, but just accept it for what it is. It's clean as it's going to get. I have tried to clean behind and under the stove. But I can't figure out how to get it out. My husband has tried and he can't get it out. We've tried yanking it, but don't want to break it, and it's just something that we are going to have to live with until we figure out how to pull it out and clean behind it and under it. Or if any of y'all know how to do that and you can comment and it's not going to cost me anything, then we will go that route and have somebody pull it out for me so I can clean back there. Moving around the kitchen here. Next section. Again, we move from one spot to the other and clean and move and so on and so forth until everything is back into its home and everything is clean. This thing gets pretty gross with the popcorn oil and the cooking oil, so I'm just gonna set it over in the sink for a minute. This is some dried herbs that just needs to be tossed. That's gonna get moved over to the next station. Popcorn. This is gonna get consolidated. This can go over here. Knife block. I absolutely hate it. Try to get rid of it and have to put up a fit so it stays. Popcorn cooker needs to be washed. It's gonna get over here too. So let's knock some off. There we go. Lost mouth cleaner. Here we go. Clean the wall, because all of these wall spaces get yucky. This is one of those water outlet, whatever they're called, where you got to put them in the kitchen and the bathroom. So don't worry about wiping that down, it'll be fine. Okay, now I'm gonna step over to the sink real quick, rinse off that little stand, give it a quick wipe down, and it can go back in place. Stick everything back where it goes. I moved this thing. We used to have it that way. There we go. Slide these back under. And since I got rid of those dried spices, I can put the dried peppers under there now. I organize this thing every single day, and it never ever stays organized with everyone else in the family using it. So just toss them up there and accept defeat. Move things around. We've got our shredder's getting low, so let's go ahead and refill that while we're here. Good time to make a mess since we're going to clean it up, right? Never fails, I always make a mess when I'm pouring the sugar in. There we go. Not bad today, not bad. Alright, move that over there. Crackers that need to go in the pantry. Set that over there for now, because we're going to clean that pantry out next. I just stack our teas up over here on the wall because while I am a ladybug and I like to stash everything away, my husband and children are very much butterflies, and they need to have everything out or they just don't even know it exists, even if I tell them over and over and over that it exists. And then I'll pull it out of the cabinet and they'll go, I didn't know we had that. But did open the cabinet, did see it. Alright. Clean this back corner first. I don't know who designed this kitchen back in the 90s, but it is an absolutely horrid design. The layout is, it doesn't make any sense. There's too much room in places like this in the corner hidey hole where no one can get the things or to clean it. And then there's no space where you actually want to put things, like beside the refrigerator that's blocking a doorway. So I have a lot of frustrations around this kitchen. If I ever win the lottery, this is the thing that's going to get fixed. And yes, I have hair care stuff in here because I have to do my daughter's hair, and it's easiest to do it in the kitchen sink. Alright, let's go on around the kitchen here. Trash that I've collected, dirty dishes. Oh no, it has trash. To the sink you go. This is my daughter's snacks that she's eating on, and her drink. We'll put that back on the counter. And my son's drink is empty, but we'll put it back for now. And she did not like that rice, but it already has sushi vinegar in it, so we're gonna set that aside for now. She did not use any of her sushi rice box things, so we'll put that back in the cabinet. Her seaweed snacks, we'll put that back. She'll finish eating those. And then this will all go in. And this will go in the trash. Alright, so let's end with you. Moving around here. I just realized that I did not have my mic turned on, so y'all probably couldn't hear anything I've been going on about over here as I clean up the kitchen. So if there's some weird editing and some things that you hear that don't make sense, that's probably why, but I'm not going to go record all of that again. I'm not going to say that I don't care that much, but it's not that important to me. This is our snack bag that we take out when we go to our appointments several times a week. Okay, oh, some more trash. There's trash everywhere. I swear, children, they just walk around the house and they sprinkle trash like little trash fairies. Not veggies, cheese, fruit back on the counter. And yes, there are some nearly rotten bananas there, but they are for my banana muffins. I eat them just about every morning, and I am due to make another batch today. All right, everything that's in the sink other than the cast iron is going in the dishwasher. My husband is kind enough to unload the dishwasher in the morning for me, so I can just load it up throughout the day as I go. My OCD makes me do things like that, so it's best if I just do the dishwasher myself. Otherwise, I end up pulling everything out and completely redoing it when I'm trying to get ready for bed, and it's just not worth the hassle. I'd rather do it myself. I'm sure I am not the only mom or wife that feels that way. I know the silverware can technically go up here in these little slots, but I prefer to stick them down in the bottom thing because I can put my lids up here and like bottle caps and things like that. Some popcorn kernels in, rinse those out so I don't have to clean out my dishwasher filter too often. There we go. All right, so the only thing that's left in here are some hand wash items, including those pans. But I am not hand washing those right now. I need to do the rest of the kitchen first, and then I will come back to the hand wash dishes when I feel like washing dishes, because washing dishes is a sensory nightmare for me. I absolutely hate it. So don't make myself do it unless I absolutely have to. Let's put up these dishes on the drying rack. These are either dishes that my husband didn't know where to put them, or I washed them within the last few days and set them out there myself to dry. And we set our tea or coffee filter thingies out based on which one we're using, because husband likes tea and I like coffee. I cannot get back here to clean that area of counter, another horrible design in this kitchen, unless I crawl up on top of the counter with a chair, go back there, clean it, and then crawl back down. So we're not going to clean back there today. That's like once every 3 month thing, because it's too much effort. We're just going to clean what I can reach. Call that good. All of these bottles and formula and stuff are for my daughter's feeding tube. It's like we have an infant, but at least I don't have an actual infant attached to me. This little tray I got from Grove years ago. It works very well to catch all the water, most of the water from when we turn on and off the faucet here. Put all the little pieces back in. Got to make sure I have it under the handle for it to actually catch the water. This just needs to be wiped down, because when you live in Colorado, there's dust everywhere and there's just no way around it. I've gone through the house dusted, and by the time I got back to the first room, it was like the dust fairy had visited. On around the kitchen here. Keep the appliances out because there's no way I can stash them in the cabinets for all of the other things that are in the cabinets. So this is part of our hair washing set. I have bread maker, though it doesn't get used nearly as often now because with inflation, gluten-free flour is just as expensive as buying a loaf of gluten-free bread. So it doesn't make sense to use it, but it doesn't fit in my cabinets. Toaster oven we are using in place of the air fryer. Other than that, it's normally only used as a toaster to toast bread or to cook pizzas in. But it's just here. So let's just clean this counter up. I'm not moving these things. I do move them like once a month and give the kitchen a full deep clean behind there, but they're not that messy under there, I promise. Not pulling out the trays or anything either to wash them. That's a once a month thing, and they get tossed in the dishwasher because I'm not exuding the effort to hand scrub all of that. I just don't have the energy to give it. This toaster oven does have a steam option though. So if you like steam it and then wipe it out, it's pretty simple. That's also just as simple to pull out the trays and the rack and toss it in the dishwasher. Over here we have a stack of sandwich, quart, and gallon storage bags. Those need to be organized into their drawer. We have a light bulb that I'm not even sure if works. It's intended to replace this one, but it looks way too small. So I don't know how that's going to go, but that's a job for the husband. I'm not climbing up the ladder to get there. We have a Vitamix that we also keep out on the counter because if it's not out on the counter, we are less likely to use it. But it also causes a stir with the children when we do use it because then everybody wants a smoothie and it turns into a whole thing. It does get dusty, but just rinse it out before you use it. It's not too difficult. Wipe down the base here. Paper towels, only used to clean up yucky messes that we would not want to wash out of rags. That my OCD says that is not a good idea because I hate buying paper towels and I try not to pollute any more than necessary. Oh, let's put this back on top of the bread machine. All right, these are going to sit back over here. I found this on Amazon. It's not as fancy as a lot of them I've seen, but it was also only $15 as opposed to like $45. So it's a win for me. I don't know why there are sauces in here. I'm going to guess the husband tossed them in. I have a little storage thing in the fridge that I keep those in. And I didn't have any quart bags, so I kept our knife sharpener in there. But I have some now, so I can put those in. So let's get this restocked. Sandwich bags. Quart bags. Oh, I like it that way better. Let's see if I can flip these around. Let's see. Cool, there we go. I like that. Now I can see the different colors. It's the little things that make my OCD happy. Can't do it with the snack bags because they're just not big enough. All right, gallon bags. These are just Walmart brand. Oh, these are definitely not going to fit. Let's see if I can get them in here this way. Shove it in there. I'm going to make this work. How am I going to make this work? Ah, here we go. We're going to shove some of them further down in there. And then these can stick out the top here. These are not in here evenly, and it's going to bother me. There we go. There we go. All right, tuck these in. Pull these up just a little bit. No! All right, I'm going to have to accept defeat. Let's see. We're going to say these are the ones that will stay, and these are going to have to come out. No. Okay. Go. Now let's fold these up. Set their little bottoms back in. Oh, I've got too many things in my brain right now. This is the truth behind OCD. It is not rainbows and butterflies and you want to clean your house. It's like things literally have a way that they are supposed to be, and there's a place they have to be, and it has to be a specific way. There we go. All right. I'm good with that. Hooray! Okay, so these are just going to get put back in the box, and we will put those in the laundry room with the extra things that don't fit into the cabinets yet. So these are just our reusable jar lids. Some of them that are not reusable have found their way in here, so those need to go back in with canning supplies. These need to go in the trash because I'm not supposed to reuse those anyways. Some plastic silverware. I hate it. It does not belong here. Let's see. Nope, it goes this way. There we go. All right, just going to set that there. We'll put standard there, wide mouth there. Now everything is happy and it can be closed up. All right, these are going to go in the trash, and this is going to go in with the canning supplies. And recycling. This I'm going to open and I'm going to put them in the recycling because I have a cousin that almost choked on a plastic fork, and I don't let my kids use them unless it's the only option. So these are going in recycling. This is going in storage, and then we will continue on. Continuing around our kitchen, there's a step stool, old potty over here. You can't really see it, but that's there because the kids use it to feed my husband's aquarium here. There's a lot of paper towels and stuff over here from feeding the aquarium. Random rag. So we're going to put this in the trash and the rag in the laundry. My husband likes to stack my storage bins just on this because it's not the easiest thing to put them into. They don't all fit in here. And when I am on top of my pantry organization, it's not an issue because there's not this many in here. So most of them are in there. Some of them are over here. The big ones get stacked in that. And we've got all these extra lids. I feel like we have more lids than bins, but I have not taken the time to actually compare. And they don't exactly fit nicely. But this is overflowing, so I'm gonna have to pull some of these out before they get into the cat food, and then that's gross and does not make me feel happy. We're just gonna stack as many in here as we can, and when we get to organizing the pantry, we will probably pull most of these back out. But for now, they will get in here and not falling on the floor. This is some cat enrichment toy that my daughter made with a science app. So there's that. This is my son's bin for collecting his things. And those just go in mine and my husband's chairs at the counter because we only use those when we are actually having a family meal. This is my daughter. She's like the most, for a child that wants things done a particular way, she does not keep her things tidy at all. This is just, all right, so we got a reusable bag here. Let's just set that there for a minute. Let's deal with this mess. This is candy from 4th of July parade that was brought home from grandparents. We still have some Easter, what are these called? Oh, I never say it right. I don't remember the proper term, but they're the confetti eggs. And they are leaking confetti because some of them have been broken. Some craft scissors. There's all kinds of random things. We've got Mexican candies in here. Some that are open, some that are not. Trash, because my daughter is a hoarder. Literally, I'm not exaggerating. She keeps trash. Okay, so I'm going to move the Mexican candy somewhere else. I'm going to pick the trash out of this candy basket, and then I'm going to put the candies in our candy bin here. There's a mint in here. Put that in the mint bin. These were originally used for terrariums, but as I have thinned out my plant collection to make room and funds for my aquarium hobby, these became like actual candy bins. All right, so there's some trash left in here. I don't know what that is. My daughter cuts everything up, and it's just little pieces of trash. Like I said, kids are trash fairies. Just sprinkling trash all around the world. All right, so this is normally used in the summer for harvesting from the garden, but we decided not to garden this year. Although I think we picked the wrong year to not garden because it has rained like every single day, and we wouldn't have the water. We haven't had to turn on our irrigation system at all. So I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to store it somewhere else because we don't need it on the counter this year because we're not going out and harvesting. I need to find something to put the gum in because we're turning into like a hoarder situation with empty gum containers, 2 empty gum containers. I'm going to just sit these in my daughter's bin because I have to slowly phase out trash that she's connected to. And those were her gums, and she knows they're there because she's seen them every single day for who knows how long they've been out of gum. She's put the gum into the gumball machine. It's just, I know people that don't have autistic children wouldn't understand, but when you have an autistic child that likely has ADHD on top of OCD and generalized anxiety disorder, you can't just throw away the things that they're holding on to. It creates a massive meltdown and whatever. I'm not here to get philosophical on y'all, but as an autistic adult, I get it. But also my OCD says that the trash has to go in the trash can. And it's a whole thing. All right, this is a towel that my husband's using for the aquarium, so we're going to just toss it over there with the aquarium. There, that's the bin that I keep his aquarium food in and all of things. This is his outside gloves. We're going to toss that in the harvesting basket, and that will get stored in the garage. I have tried really hard to move all of our things that are used for outside into the garage, and it's just a constant battle because everyone wants to just toss everything on this. We call this the olive bar because of the decorations that are on it. It has like wine and fancy olive oils that the previous owners had custom done. But anyways, this is the olive bar, and this is where everyone throws everything, and it gets too much. All right, let me go grab a bin and we will organize the rest of that stuff over there. I have a bin for the Mexican candies, and I'm just going to pull out one of our storage bins for the bubble gum here, because these aren't going to be here forever, and my family was not privy to the joys of Mexican candy, so I had to pick those up when I found a Walmart locally that has all the Mexican candies that I love. So got those for the family. Let's see. That's not going to work. We need one a bit bigger. Let's find one in here. These things get suctioned together to an extreme. There we go. That'll be good for the bubble gum. There we go. Close that back up. These things are going to go in my daughter's bin. Okay. This is a lollipop that she broke when she was opening, and she hasn't worked up the courage to eat it yet because it's broken. I'm going to put that in here with the Mexican candies. It's still good. It's just broken. And when she decides she's ready to eat it, she will. Put the bubble gums in here. And there's a random bubble gum. We'll put that in there too. And then we will put this in the middle here with the bubble gum machine. This is going to go in the garage as well with our outside stuff, because that's where that would be played with anyways. Reusable bag will go in the shoe closet with the other reusable bags. This just needs to be cleaned up. I'm going to move the cat litter. I'm going to move the cat food down here so that as I'm cleaning this off, the dust and grossness does not go into the cat food, because that's not nice. I do wash these cat bowls every few days so that we don't have to worry about cats getting chin acne or any other gross things from not having clean bowls. We don't use any plastic. We only use metal or ceramic for them. We use glass as well, but it breaks a bit easier, so it's not used most commonly. Their food mats will get dumped out into the trash, and then they'll go in the sink to be washed. So it's going to sit in the sink over here until I'm ready to deal with it. Okay, let me rotate y'all a smidgen here. There we go. Now you can see that corner with our old training potty. That is a step stool. But why buy new things when you already have something, right? So I'm just going to move these things. Cat treats, cat probiotics, other cat treats. Just going to slide them down here. Yes, we have a Kids Echo in here and a pencil sharpener.
I can't do that for kids. For more ideas, say, Alexa, open Amazon Kids.
Oh, those things crack me up. They kick on at the weirdest times. Sometimes he'll just like randomly spout out some knowledge for us. This is an old cookie jar from when I was a kid, and that holds our cat collars. I have to be careful with wiping down our walls because they were not painted correctly, and I'm not going to deal with fixing it. But a lot of the paint will just rub off if I try to clean the walls. So that's, I feel like that's a valid excuse for not cleaning walls. Wipe down the air pump here and clean under it and resuction it so that it makes less noise. Okay. Now that we've got those areas cleaned off, we can move the things that we moved back up here. Cat food. Extra bowls. This is a water bottle I use to fill up their cat fountain with fridge water so that they get nice cold water. Oh, I forgot to wipe down the pencil sharpener. It's very dirty. There we go. Doesn't need to be emptied quite yet, so I'm not going to add that extra task to my to-do list. Okay. Cat treats, cat probiotics. That doesn't look nice. Let's move things around a bit here. There we go. Happy with that. Bubble gum, candy. Set this up here as we continue to clean. Right. Put this one here. It doesn't look nice and organized, and other people would probably have a big problem with it, but it works for us. This is our basket of wires and an extra walkie-talkie. Somehow a cat collar has been tossed in here. I'll set that aside so we can put it back on the cat. My husband, let me tell you all about this. He likes to get dressed right here in the kitchen. This is a butterfly organizer for y'all. He had this just piled up here, but I made this little organizing bin out of a bigger organizing bin that I had. Tossed his socks into a bin, set it on top, gave him a tote bin for his dirty clothes as a laundry bin. Because if I don't, they get tossed back on the clean clothes, and then it's like they're all dirty, or I don't know what's dirty, and I didn't get anything washed. All right, so let's wipe down the top of this. It's a bit dusty. There we go. A little bit of dust on the edges here. Set this on the floor. Some more aquarium things. Let's just set them over here in the office. Job for another day. Let's get some more cleaner. Here we go. We're so close to being done with the countertops anyways. All right. Nice and clean. Let's put this stuff back. I need to wash his clothes, so that's why there's actually clothes in there. Oh, I'm due for my Friday laundry. I even put a little key rack on the side here for him so he could put his keys there, but he won't use it. He's just too conditioned to going over there and tossing his keys. But I tried. All right. Let's move this over. Snug everything up here. There we go. Now I'm running out of steam quickly. I don't think I'm going to get to organizing the pantry today or the fridge or the freezer. But that's how it goes when you are chronically ill with chronic pain and It's unlikely that you get everything done in one day. If I can get the kitchen done, then I'll just have to be content with that. This is our Canon salt. Actually, I can just slide this right in here. I'll put it in the bin when I get around to doing that. This kettle, I'm unsure if it works. I think it stopped working, so I need to test it. If it works, we'll put it out in the garage just in case the one we're using right now stops working. I always like to have a backup if I can, especially with a kettle that gets used multiple times a day. Obviously, couldn't have a backup air fryer because it's a bit expensive. This little cart I just got on Amazon. It's nice. It actually has a wooden cutting board top that goes on it, but with the brace for our countertop, I didn't have room to put it on. But it works. Oh, these are actually butternut squash that we grew in our garden. Right. Here's another little cat enrichment tray that the daughter made. Okay, I'm going to say that is sufficiently cleaned as far as this part goes. I will pick everything up, shake out the mats, and vacuum, and then I'm going to call it a day. I really wish that I was a person that could actually get everything done that I need to get done, but I'm not. I'm going to, like I said, shake out the mats, vacuum, taking through the to-do list in my head, and then I'm going to take a break. I will probably make myself another coffee, have a seat on the couch with a fan, cool off, watch a little TV, and then I will, what time is it now? 4 o'clock? Yeah, I'll have to start on dinner. I'm going to do spring rolls tonight, and they are labor intensive, to say the least. I will make dessert and hopefully get around to making my banana muffins so I can eat those for breakfast. It's after 10 o'clock at night. I have re-cleaned the kitchen. Ignore this plate over here. Husband says he's going to eat some more tonight before he comes to bed. So one less dish to have to wash if I just leave it and let him use it again. Everything has been re-cleaned. You see my rotten bananas are still here because I didn't get around to making my banana muffins. But I can do that tomorrow, hopefully. But the kitchen's clean and I can go to bed knowing that it's clean. I do have a dirty sink, dishes soaking, the hand wash dishes, and these are everything that did not fit in the dishwasher because I made a very dish heavy meal. But I'm not going to hand wash them when I can just put them in the dishwasher tomorrow and it will be fine. I know it's not proper to go to bed with dishes in your sink, but I don't care.